Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with Premier Guitar. We're at Winter NAMM 2020 in Anaheim talking to Kurt at the Red Panda booth. Kurt, how's it going?
It's going great. A little tired. I feel like I've been in an airport for 3 days here, but it's a great show.
It's just a little bit loud. We're just losing our voices a little bit. It's the last day of the show, so it's kind of crazy. But you guys have a really cool, not a new pedal, but you've evolved the context, right?
Yes.
That's the actual name of it, not like lowercase c, big case C.
So this is version 2. The context originally came out in 2012, and this is version 2. It adds 3 new reverb modes, so a total of 8. The context was originally inspired by 1980s rack mount reverbs that I grew up with, and the version 2 we added stereo input and output. There's USB MIDI, and we have Touch OSC templates and a web editor. It has modulation, dynamics, and then we took away we had a delay plus reverb mode. We took that away and added delay to all 8 reverb modes. So you have the typical, we have the room, cathedral, hall, plate reverbs that are updated versions of the version 1 algorithms, and a gated reverb, which people know from the Phil Collins drum sound, but it also gives you really interesting effects on guitar. And then we added a reverse reverb, spring reverb, and a grain, and so we can granular reverb, and so we can start with those since those are the new ones.
Which one are we going to hear first? So, by the way, this is Andy playing for us. Thanks, Andy.
We'll start with the reverse reverb, and so what this does is the reverb fades in and gets brighter over time, so it gives you the impression it's coming at you. And in this mode, so the modulation does different things in different modes. In this mode, the modulation adds a wash of normal reverb.
Nice.
And then next we have a spring reverb, and since the context, the real inspiration was the 80s, early 90s reverbs, instead of trying to model a particular spring reverb tank, I kind of approached it as how would you have designed a spring reverb algorithm in that era, in the 80s, using the same algorithms and techniques, but with a lot more processing power available. So it gives you the chirp and the drip and the feel of a spring reverb, but it has a little bit of a different feel in the trails. So
let's hear it.
That.
Cool.
And then in this mode, the modulation adds a power amp tremolo.
Like the type in a vibrochamp or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my favorite kind.
So, yep. And then the newest mode, the other new mode is a granular reverb. And what it does, it's kind of a granular processor crossed with the Ursa Major SST-282 space station, which was an old rack mount reverb from 1978 that used a bunch of modulated delay lines to kind of simulate a reverb effect. And so with the modulation down, it gets the same flavor as that old SST-282, and you get a really kind of ghostly ambient decay.
That's really cool.
And then as you crank up the modulation, it's a multi-voice granular processor that creates these kind of clouds of detuned sound to give you new textures.
Cool.
And then the shift button there on the modulation will change the rate of the modulation. So you have control over the type, amount, and rate of modulation. So if you went real quickly.
A lot of cool sounds in this thing.
And then So we can take a look at one of like the Cathedral Mode and show you some of the other features. The two small knobs here give you high and low damping. So it controls the decay of the high and low frequencies and also allows you to create a very dark reverb or cut out all the lows if you're playing bass or if you just want like a more fizzy kind of sound on top. And then also in the shift mode, there's delay and reverb available in all modes, so you can combine those two. So. The high and low damping allow you to do dynamic reverb effects, so either like a ducking reverb where the louder you dig in, the reverb kind of fades back and then comes back. You can control how fast it comes back in. And then you can also do, it has an expander so that you can have more reverb on the louder notes, and then when you play softer it goes away. And then one more thing we'll show is that the infinite hold on the foot switches. So like the right foot switch, you play a note, you hold down the foot switch, it's gonna do a freeze on the reverb so you have that texture going in the background, and then play your dry signal on top. And then it fades out. And so this will be shipping in April, and the street price is $299.
Cool.
And then with the USB MIDI, we'll have Touch OSC editors and a web editor if you need to like dig in really deep and edit presets and stuff like that.
Sounds like you covered it all. I just have one question. So I see preset next to the left foot switch. Is there one preset or how many presets?
There's one preset on board. Keep things simple, and so you can switch between your preset and switch between two sounds, your knob settings, and your preset, so you can have verse and chorus or long and short. But then by MIDI you can have 127 presets stored and flip through them.
Oh, okay, cool. You want to tell people where to go online to find out more?
Yeah, so you can take a look at redpandalab.com or follow us Red Panda Lab on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Sweet. And do you want to play us out? Guys, click subscribe, okay?